without further ado, let's introduce our speakers today. First, we have Jerry Demas. Jerry is the Director of the Science Applications and the head of the innovation team here at CCI. Jerry has close to 40 years in the industry and has an invaluable mind when it comes to color and the science behind it all. Next, we have Phil Kenyon, who is our General Manager for Color Communications Europe. Phil has been in the color merchandising industry for over 20 years and, like all of us, loves to learn more about color. And finally, we are privileged and honored to have Mataha Hidefi, who is an internationally distinguished color archaeologist currently working for the Color Landing Studio. She's also the Vice President of the Color Marketing Group, as well as a well-known writer and speaker. And the link below will take you to her website where you can be educated on all things color. Now let's get into it.
Personally, I don't see the demise of physical color cards or physical color sampling or physical Fandex. In the work that I do, the physical is very, very important. But what I see in the physical realms is that people are demanding like larger color samples. You know, if you have a Fandex, the samples are not big enough. If you have a color card, usually you are limited with the space to what you can show on the color card. But we see moreover than before that we want those tangible tools to be really of maybe a bigger size so we can visualize better. And basically this brings me to the topic of the CCI color tools and your latest development, which is the color tag. And so, as we all know, recently I saw a post on LinkedIn about color tag, and that really grabbed my attention because, you know, I come from with a powder coating industry background. And in the powder coating industry, I have seen every day there are I don't know, hundreds or even thousands of steel color samples that are produced and shipped to clients to visualize and approve a color on a daily basis. And the first question that I had in mind when I saw the color tag post on LinkedIn was, could this work for the powder coating industry? And so I got in touch with you, Peter, and then I requested additional information. And I actually, a couple of days ago, I just received samples that you sent me, and here we are today. So I also, before I continue, I wanted to make sure that I make a disclaimer that by appearing in this video, neither I nor Color Landing, which is my business, are being financially compensated. And so I am here to learn more about color tag as a tool and also to share this information with my connections and with my network. So I wanted to get to know more about color tags. So I was hoping, Phil, maybe you can, cast some light on the specifics rather about color tag. What is it? How can we use it? Does it really work for the powder coating industry, or is it limited to some other industries?
Sure, yeah. So color tag is basically a peel and stick product. And so this differs from our normal process in that the regular coating that we do is on a paper stock. We're literally putting paint on paper. And so this is a coating that is dried very carefully and is matched perfectly to our customers' standards in both color, sheen, and appearance. The difference with color tack is that this is a substrate that we coat, which also has a backing on it and a glue, a semi-permanent glue, so that when we finish the coating process and we cut the sheets into whatever shape and size the customer needs, they can then remove the backing from that and have the coated substrate such that it can be applied to a surface, removed, and then reapplied to the surface. And so we can coat on vinyl substrates for more durable end user products. We can coat on paper substrates for more sustainable products. But essentially, it's the ability to do exactly what we do right now, but on a product that has this peel and stick application capability. So we can coat vinyl, we can coat paper, we can coat wood stain effects using a laminate type paper substrate. So it's very, very flexible, but it's this ability to be able to apply it and remove it that creates a lot of opportunities for different types of application and different capabilities for the customer.
So, for instance, if we take an example of the steel color samples that is very much used in the powder coating industry, and we take Colortec, what would you say are the advantages or disadvantages between the two?
Okay, so I don't really see any disadvantages at all. But the great benefit here is particularly with a product that has a different appearance based on the viewing angle. With the Colortec, it doesn't have to be flat. You can actually apply this to something that has a curve, and you can see the appearance of the color from the different ambient lighting, or with the different ambient lighting conditions that you're going to see. Plus, again, the ability to be able to remove it. You can put it on multiple different parts of the object or the surface. So again, with many designers, what they love about this is that they can apply it to, if it's on a wall, say, they can put it onto a wall that has a corner, so you can see the appearance from 90 degrees or 127 degrees, etc., to get the change in appearance. So it's extremely useful for that application. Plus, it's thin, it's light, it doesn't require the same amount of storage. It's a lot less expensive to move around the country. You can just pop it into an envelope, multiple sheets in the envelope, and away it goes. And of course, it's much easier to dispose of, because particularly in the case of the paper Colortec, this is a renewable and recyclable resource. So whether in-house or outsourcing for your sampling programs, this particular technology is extremely effective. It's a lot less expensive to produce in the first place. It's a lot less expensive to ship around the country. And it can also, we can match this to multiple different sheen levels. We can match this in metallic. So the RAL color palette or your custom color palette for effects can also be matched. And also, to some extent, we can create different decorative finishes. And so we could simulate leather, for example. So it's tremendously easy to work with, and it's very, very flexible as a tool for a lot of different industries and a lot of different finishes and appearances.
That is very, very interesting, Phil. Thank you for giving this information. And so we can say that Colortec can replace a steel sample in the powder coating industry easily.
Indeed. Yeah.
And we
have several customers already that have been doing that, have found this to be a very acceptable tool, because another part of this is, will people who are used to getting one particular type of sample find something that's a little bit different to be acceptable? And we're already seeing in the industry that this is holding true.
Great. And then you also mentioned that it can be applied on any surfaces, like if it is a piece of metal, or if it is a wall, or if it is plastic or paper, board, whatever it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, think of it as a giant Post-it note. You can stick it pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much
What
anywhere.
about this size? of the samples? Can it be done like smaller or bigger than this? I also received this sample with multiple colors of the same hue. Can you shed some light on this?
Sure, yeah. I mean, this is a material that we treat pretty much the same as our standard coating process. We can stripe coat with this. We can coat stain with this. We can coat metallic with this. So if a customer is looking to have something that is, essentially a stripe card where they have the various different multiple letdowns, we could potentially put the same color in different sheens on the same piece of paper. So it's tremendously flexible. It's limited realistically only by our imagination and our customers' imagination. We can do pretty much any size sheet and any size individual chip.
I also received samples with like a wood grain effect.
Mhm.
So I'm putting them close here to the camera. So yeah, so that's also very interesting. So basically, any finish, any color, any effect can be produced, any size.
Anything that we can challenge Jerry to produce.
We're always trying to come up with new application techniques. We're always evaluating new substrates, and so yeah, the innovation team really takes that quite seriously. Our ability and our need to be able to keep open minds and evaluate things. I think powder coating is a very interesting prospect. It's kind of got me a little bit excited to be able to maybe provide you with some samples of something that's been powder coated.
So how about the textures? You know that in powder coating, usually they have a lot of textures. Are you able to produce those samples texturized as well?
Yeah, we've done that in the past. I mean, there's a couple of different approaches you can use.
Interesting. And it also, I just thought of another question. Like if you are producing this material for a powder coating company, do you require them to send you the powder coating so you can spray with it, or do you match to their colors or to RAL, etc.? How does that work?
Yeah, in the past, everything has always been supplied, customer supplied. So we've done projects for some pretty large powder coating companies, and we've always had them supply the material. That way, they get to control the color.
Cool. But similarly, you can match their
We
color.
can match, yes. Similarly, we can match. We have the ability to match, but our matching would all be done in a liquid coating, not in a powder coating.
Great. I think I'm getting ready to try the samples that I received from Peter. Thank you, Peter, for sending everything. And I must say, Peter sent me an email saying you should receive this early next week. And I received them overnight, like next day in the morning, they were here. It was amazing. So, and I'm in Canada and Peter is in Chicago. So I'm going to try with this dark sample because it looks better on Zoom and peel it off.
Yep.
Okay, and this will allow me to easy peel off.
Yep.
And so I'm going to put it on this plastic material. So I'm going to put it here. I think it's done this way.
You're hired.
Wow.
You are a good applicator.
That's super easy.
Yeah.
And so if I want to take it off, it's also super easy. So if I am going to try on bending it, so now I can see the variations of the color depending on the angle of view. Very, very interesting. It makes
Yeah.
a little bit of noise though on plastic.
Yeah. One of the secret sauces here is in getting the right tackiness for the glue, because we have seen some versions of this where, the clients put it on the surface and they peel it off and it takes off the surface with it when it comes off. So, there's a lot that goes into this, a lot behind the scenes. We've been doing this for many years now.
Really stuck pretty well. And it doesn't leave like bubbles or anything. It sticks really nicely. And it peels off again. So how many times, or based on your experience, are there any limited number of times that you can stick it?
Well, we tested it on walls, and it depended on how dirty your wall is, to be quite honest. But you can do it up to 20 times on
Wow.
a fairly clean surface. Yeah.
Well, I'm really, really impressed with this product. Very interesting. I mean, other than powder coatings and paints, what other industries it can be used for?
Automotive. So we've got a version of it that is actually done in high gloss automotive kind of finishes for industrial equipment too.
Yeah, but it's the opportunities are endless. Grout, spray coat, spray can coatings. The ability to possibly create a peel and stick circle that you could put on the lid of the spray can, so they could peel that off and take that and test it. There's, like I say, it's limited only by imagination.
It's really I'm impressed. And I'm not usually impressed easily. And so if someone is watching this video and they want to, get in touch with you or know more about the product or get some samples, etc., what should they do?
Yeah, so reach out to my email that I will provide to Mantaha. It's PRAGEN@CCI Color, and I will also send Mantaha a link. She'll post it next to the video, and then you can just get a free sample if you want, shipped directly to your house. Like Mantaha said, it'll come relatively quick. But yeah, super easy process.
So if someone needs a sample or wants more information, I will be posting together with the video, I will be posting the link for Peter's email and for his information, so he can send the sample to whomever, whether it's a company or even a private designer or whoever wants to try the product. And thank you, Peter, for that. And thank you, Phil and Jerry. I really enjoyed this session. It was fantastic. I know a new product now. I love trying new products to see how they work.